Welcome to episode 3 of Convos Create Change. It's MLK Day. Today we honor the greatest human probably that walked the face of America, from every city in America having a street named after him, from monuments to statues to museums. There's nobody that's done it bigger and been more celebrated than Dr. King. So we want to get into the conversation about Dr. King and his impact that he had on our culture, but also how we're moving forward with his message, and if we are moving forward with his message, because we have so much divisiveness going on in our country. We have so many people that are not taking up the positivity they put out there, but we have an ignorance that's going on within our culture. So I'm going to bring my brothers in. Episode 3, we got PT Duval, we got Easy with me, and we just want to figure out what's going on with our culture at the state that we're in. And what do y'all really think? How would Dr. King feel about the state of the culture, of the black culture in 2020? Which one of y'all want to jump into that first?
Well, I don't think Dr. King had a chance to see a black president make that standpoint happen in life. So I believe with that change, it put a different mindset in our generation, that the accomplishments that you can create for yourself as a black child is wider now. The field is a little bit more open. But at the same time, I feel like as a culture now that he's put the message out there that we kind of should be able to look to unify, to come together with all races, work together with all races. I think that did a different message for us as a whole, as a people. I feel like now we just kind of work on trying to be a part of instead of focus on us as a race.
I do think that Obama was a sign of like hope for our community. You know what I'm saying? It gave us a lot of hope.
Yeah.
I don't think he did a lot for our community, but it gave us that idea like, damn, there could be a black president. So
Yeah.
I think he walks that line of our generation's change that's possible. You know what I'm saying? Because, but I don't know if he really had a significant impact of MLK as far as the structure, and as far as trying to change what was going on at that current time, because a lot of things that went on 8 years before Obama got in office continue to go on 8 years after he was gone. So I want to know, like, what do you think are the contributing factors to the culture being in the state that it's in, where we have so much praise for ignorance?
Technology.
Technology?
Social media, you know what I'm saying? It's a little bit more.
But you can't blame technology, because I think technology works on however you spin it. Like, if you want to follow a whole bunch of butt naked women all day on Instagram, you can. You know, you really can. But if you want to find more of the woke crowd, you know what I'm saying, get you some conscious people, you can use technology for however. No one puts a barrier to say you got to look up bullshit all day, every day.
They're going to look at it anyway, though. That's more so what they're going to be drawn into.
But why?
That's the
trendy thing, man.
That's the best
What's
trick
up?
the government ever created, was technology. That's the biggest handicap that I feel like but it's like, it's the worst drug ever. Like, you need it. And
But it's not even,
don't.
it's how you use
It's
it.
how
though.
you use it. It's how you use everything.
It's like, it's a lot of people that can sit on there and not even get on social media all day.
True.
And you can, like, I be feeling like sometimes, I know I'm addicted to social media to a certain extent. My thumb catching carpal tunnel sometimes. So I be able to scroll all day. But there's times where you can go on YouTube and literally look up anything in the palm of your hand.
That is true.
That's not what's popping. It was the trending right now, man.
That's what I'm trying to get to. Like, why is it's like a battle between ignorance and intelligence. And ignorance is whooping intelligence's ass right now.
Definitely.
History been lost through technology then.
History's being lost?
Been lost. Nobody don't know who Martin Luther King is right now. Really going to be like, all right, we cool. That's not
So,
something we really.
so I feel like his legacy at this point has become something, a cute, trendy topic for the day.
True.
Like, I've seen so many memes, but I don't see nobody really like, well, I see a few people, I'm not saying nobody, but people really walking in that light to try to unify people. Like, I was with some brothers over the weekend, and I'm one of those people that try to get really involved with activism, and a dude called for black men to come together to stop sex trafficking. I was like, that's powerful.
That's powerful.
If we could do something like that, that'd be powerful. But only about 100 or 200 people showed up. Of course. So, I mean, but at the same time, I wasn't disappointed, because I didn't really have high expectations, being that I've been doing protests and marches for like the last 5 years. I know motherfuckers don't show up. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, how do we get to the point where people give a damn? You know what I mean? Like,
Put
even
some money in front of us.
But even today, right? You had the white supremacist people have that rally for the pro-gun shit. They was deep as hell, guns everywhere, and they already got the upper hand. So it's like, how do we get to the point where, if we ain't trying to fight for sex trafficking, we wouldn't give a damn about the Kaepernick situation. We don't really give a damn about Trump's situation. Like, everything's a big ass joke to us in our culture. Like, I can't believe that I saw them fucking flyers.
Bro, that shit was crazy though.
To have the audacity to put MLK on a club flyer,
Oh yeah.
bruh.
That's Atlanta though, bro. You know
That wasn't even in it. Don't do Atlanta like that, bro. That was
It
not in
wasn't?
it. No, it was not in Atlanta.
with the
No, that was like
with the
on
Meek Mill jewelry on? Oh, we got a different one because I swear I saw one with the
It was
Meek.
5 of them. I put up 5 different. I had a whole fucking collage on my page.
Boy had a polo shirt on, man. They did him wrong.
That was so disrespectful. Like,
Technology.
is everything a fucking joke, bro?
Technology.
Like some shit got to be out of here. Like, there got to be some barriers, man. Like, where do we draw the line to say how do we? Like, where the gatekeepers at? Nobody gonna be like when I said something about it on Facebook, folks like, you always want to be serious. Like, nah, bro, you just going too fucking far sometimes, man.
The free will to promote whatever you would like. Technology, just having it in your hands, like free-handed, just to be able to say, you know, we can put some bullshit out there, but you can't really come back and find me. You can't really come back and say nothing to me because most of these accounts are ghost accounts are created by a server. Like, most people can run accounts just off of one laptop. I've seen some crazy shit. Like, the technology lane is so crazy. You can put out any message you want.
But I think the technology lane is a gift and a curse if you put it in that sense,
Definitely.
because I feel like we're in the age of information.
Yes.
So if you have information at the palm of your hands 24/7, you can literally YouTube, I want to know how to make this business, and you can literally set out a video and start a business off of just YouTube video.
And you can YouTube, I want to know how to make a bomb. And
You're right.
And then it'll pop up.
So
More people gravitate around negative, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's
Yeah,
what
so
I'm saying about
how do we make positive trendy?
money. Again.
And that was, I'm be honest with you, the whole thing when I started the Smart Foundation was to brand economics into intelligence back into our culture. You know what I'm saying? I felt like I was that kid that was book smart, but I ain't really push it out there like that. Like, I kind of like hid it. You know what I'm saying? When I was more popular for being the badass kid that got kicked out of class than the kid that could possibly be on the honor roll. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, it wasn't the cool thing to do. That's why our slogan was "Smart is the new cool." You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, we got to figure out why is that kid that has a potential to be a straight A student picked on? Why is he a nerd? Why is he lame? When that's the person that's really gonna grow up to potentially be somebody. You know what I'm saying? Well, you got the cool kid who ain't gonna do shit, who gonna have a record by the time he's 21. By the time he's 25, he ain't gonna be able to get a good job. He damn sure ain't looking up to being an entrepreneur. So then you settle for this same cycle of being in the trap. Oh, I gotta be just a bunch of bullshit that we keep on embracing. That's my biggest problem with
Social
it.
media controls a lot of part of that as well, you know what I'm saying? So that's why pretty much I'm looking at, you know what I'm saying, I'm older, but social media really control that population of people anyway. When you think about negativity, they're not really looking on no Instagram and nothing positive at all. You know what I'm saying? All day you getting fed bullshit all day
Do
long.
we feel like parenthood plays a part in it as well? Like, certain parents shouldn't, like, I can't say shouldn't be parents, 'cause I can't really determine that.
Man.
But it's like they raised them trap babies. They raised the babies that are cussed at 6 and they think it's cute and funny. Like, and them kids become comfortable with it. I've seen some kids like really go into full out NBA YoungBoy mode. Like, and I'm talking about they so serious, they so in it. And some of these kids become them trap babies because you can sell weed at 10, 13, 12, it don't matter, and start the process of this how I seen my lifestyle around the people I was around. Because I ain't gonna lie, I was in the projects when I was young in Mobile in Alabama. Like, I was in Roger Williams projects and I had an easy influence to be around that. But my mindset and my mom, she got me out of the project. So it's like she put me in a different element of people.
Same for me.
And put me in a
Same for me.
mindset of different things.
But see, even when you say
Sports
parenting,
too.
like, nah, cause like when I got like friends that coach at little league sports, right? And them parents be terrible. Like, them parents curse out the referee. I seen the parents get kicked out the game. Like, bro, what type of example are you setting? And this is just little league sports. I seen some 6-year-old coaches get to fighting, bro. And they shut down the whole park.
P. Diddy got to fighting with a coach. That's Diddy.
I ain't know about that one.
You know about that one?
The son.
The son.
Son coach.
Nah. But that's what I'm saying. Like, what type of, like, I think a lot of times we don't go to the purpose of accountability. You know what I'm saying? And everybody avoids the questions of accountability. And if you say, what are you accountable for? Like, what are you doing? Then they sit back like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? So I think parenting is key because there's a generation of so many young parents. You got grandparents You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have too much structure anymore.
Right.
So now we're at that point where anything goes, and I think it does relate back to parenting. I think, you know what I'm saying, we got so many people that just, a lot of kids to do whatever the hell they want to do.
A lot of fathers.
And then we don't have that village at all.
No.
You know, we don't have that village. So it comes back to parenting, because if I want to help your kid, and I say something to him, I come at him, and you want to fight me for trying to check your kid, because you ain't going to check him.
True.
So then we got a whole cycle of just nothing just repeating itself.
Like when we was young, everybody can beat our ass pretty much.
Yeah.
It don't
Pretty
even matter
much.
who it was.
Yeah.
So
I wish you would say something to a kid right now.
When do you think it stopped for that generation? When did it stop? Like, when did that co-parenting from
Y'all 80 babies.
80s? Yeah, I said that too.
Crack, you know what I'm saying? Drug bladder.
Like our parents? I don't think it was our 80s babies. Because I feel like 90s. I feel like it was 90s.
I said 90s was a big.
I feel
That
like
was
it
the
was
biggest fucking
right.
whoa in the fucking world. Like that shit. 90s babies was a whoa.
Because I feel like I still had those parents that'd be like, all right, you going over so-and-so house, you act up, she's free to beat your ass.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I still had those type of parents where you couldn't even call an adult by their first name.
Nah.
Put a mister in front of that, or uncle or aunt, you know what I'm saying? Like, you couldn't even disrespect another adult around another adult.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am, no, ma'am.
Again,
Right.
We're going to get back to the real root of this. Technology again. Now that's what's raising kids.
Yeah.
But no, that's not raising the
It
parent.
really is.
How,
Man, you see-
how can
you
the
have-
parent not? So you're gonna blame the technology over the parent? The parent is giving you the technology.
Not really.
A parent would give a kid a fucking tablet and a phone
Pacifier,
and just leave him because he wants you to shut up because you don't want to be bothered. So you have, as a parent, it's the structure. It's like it's parents who allow kids to make up their own opinion about what their sexuality is before they even think about sex. I'm just saying, like, you could be 7, 8 years old talking about you don't want to be a boy no more. Like, how do you even?
That's deep.
And that's not even about sexual experiences. That ain't got nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? But that goes. I don't know what that attributes to. But I'm just
Right.
saying that's a level of parenting where I don't know if it was right for our parents to be as strict. Because I don't think I think my pops would have punched me in my chest out some shit like that.
Bro, do you believe it's a gay gene?
Oh,
They
my
said it
God.
was a gay gene. That just tripped me out. What does a gay gene do? It wiggles the other way? Like,
I'm not. I feel like I do
is it
feel like
gay
this
DNA?
though. I feel like from talking to people though, for real, I feel like people who are gay feel like they're born gay.
I know that. Like,
Like, and I can't
can't-
tell you
I
that you're
can't
not.
attest to that.
I can't tell you that you're not. But I also feel like there's a lot.
But does that mean one of your parents was low key gay?
Oh, so you're saying it was a gene transfer?
Yeah, was it transfer?
Oh,
Was this down the line? Like, was it a process of elimination?
Now
Like,
you
it's
get
deep.
that's deep.
Because they say everything's hereditary. You get dimples, you get certain, was it
that's
like,
deep.
I mean, is it? Because
I don't
you got
know.
undercover parents. Is it being like when the women say like they fake gay, like they kind of, all girls kind of.
I don't understand the psyche, so I can't speak. I just try to listen to people who experienced it, you know what I'm saying, and try to like not be biased. I used to be biased and have an ignorant stance on that shit, but now that I have conversation with people, like they really feel like they feel like their childhood was different. They couldn't communicate with their parents. And so I just try to respect people's opinion on shit like that. Like, I can't feel your pain. I don't understand the mindset that you went through, so I can't really relate to it. But I can say, hey, I feel where you coming from a point of not being able to be who you are.
I just want to be more knowledgeable of it. You
gotta have that conversation,
Yeah,
though.
you gotta have a conversation because you gotta.
That was great change.
That's exactly what this is. Like,
But I
please,
think
because
nobody get offended by this conversation, but we want to spark the interest of the conversation so that you can really speak on it in your inner circle. So it's like, how do people, especially with parenting, because like Dwayne Wade thing, a lot of people, he got a lot of backlash for that.
Yeah.
But I was like, you got to respect that man. Like,
I need my boy over here to talk right now. This OG Bobby Johnson right now. You gonna light it? Or that's a big topic. I don't know if we got enough time for
No,
that.
I don't
talk.
think we got enough time for that. But just like it was okay for Alicia Keys to say what she said about her son, told rainbow fingertips. It's cool right now.
I mean, it's hard, bro. I don't know what.
I mean, Amber Rose had bash at the Slut Fest,
Now, that's
21
bad
Savage
parenting.
said.
That's bad parenting. I don't know if that might be good parenting. She really
But
showing
see,
what's going
I
on.
think a lot of people think because that they're in their child's lives that makes them a good parent. Because there's so many absentee parents that they feel like, oh, I'm just there, but they're not realizing that you just as toxic because you got so much hurt and pain for that other parent that you really just like hold those grudges, and you really like building another person that think all men ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? Because you hate that nigga. and you hate that father that broke your heart type of situation.
Co-parenting is a big topic. Co-parenting is something that definitely needs to be taught through our culture for sure.
Definitely.
For black people, like, because a lot of times you're not gonna get the person pregnant or have the baby with the person you're gonna be with for the rest of your life, or love, or want to deal with.
That's, I guess.
But that's
happened.
That's reality. That is reality.
That's
It shouldn't. It
It's
shouldn't.
reality, but that's a
I
part
mean, how
of-
can we say it shouldn't though? Like,
Because
how
we're
can-
supposed to have a structure, family structure. But we just fucking so much these days that, you know what I'm saying, one night you just have a mistake, and now you got a whole
See,
situation.
do we look at mistakes as mistakes? Like, because you got to put it in, you got to continue for some amount of time.
I want to cut you off about that co-parenting. That's the one of those bigger topics. That's why the structure is not there, because we're not even allowed to even have co-parenting really existing, because, you know, fathers are dead, in jail, gay, you know, other situations. So it's really parenting as a whole, but, you know, we don't have that structure. So co-parenting is something that we can jump into and like, yeah, man, you know, really try to figure it out. That's a better interest to, you know, for me thinking like why the bigger issue is like, yeah, it's kind of hard when you have a kid and then you ain't.
So, but when we say co-parenting, are we saying like that they aren't there? So we're more so being brought up in single parent households altogether.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
And
80%
so,
of us.
so it's a one-sided effect.
Yeah.
It's one person's opinion, one person's perspective, and you're not getting that full perspective of a mom. Like I said,
How many of us on this panel grew up in a two parent home?
I did for a little bit of time. Like my parents got divorced when I was like 10 or 11.
Not ever.
Not ever.
My parents, I mean, they got divorced like 10 or 11.
I had stepdad syndrome, but other than that, like, it wasn't.
I had a big brother. That
Yeah,
was it.
I had an older brother too.
A pop, you know what I'm saying?
But see, that goes back to the structure. Like, who are we having, especially as men that are setting the guidelines? Like a lot of the communication is lost. A lot of what it, I don't want to say that to be a man means, but that structure is not instilled in us young, because unfortunately, a woman can't teach a man how to be a man.
That's true.
And I think
Stand up. You learn how to stand up. Yeah.
right, and I think systematic oppression played into that with mass incarceration. And the thing, you know, we was talking about earlier about the poor people's program with MLK. But when I was looking back, I was researching what's it called, Section 8.
Yeah.
Did you know, like, if within Section 8 you couldn't get Section 8 if you had a man in the household?
Yeah.
So that's like another form of systematic oppression to divide the black family structure.
Willing, able, body. That's what they call them.
Like-
you don't need them in there.
Right, like, so you gonna give us some free shit,
If he
but
not
you got,
around.
but you gotta get him up out of here.
can't be around.
Like that's psychologically a plan of destruction.
That really is fucked up. So you can't even help him when you're around him.
So we can't get no financial aid. He can't get a job. So what the fuck? So now we gonna, so that's build that
So that's
ain't.
the bigger picture of parenting, really.
What you mean?
Shit. I mean, well, the structure of that is the more so like it's like governmental really controlling this shit. Then, like, you know.
Right. I mean, because if you look at the whole Dr. King situation, it was him against the government. You know what I'm saying? He got to the point where he was so big and so powerful that the government started to see it. And once he got off his kumbaya horse and started talking about economics and trying to get, when he started saying stuff like, we need to spread out the wealth more in this country,
Get together.
when he started saying that for black people, that's when he became dangerous. You know what I'm saying? That's when they had the off, bro. They was like, hey, bro, nah,
You're a
you
little bit too smart.
you
know
look,
got
you
going
didn't figure the shit out. First, you was holding hands and saying you had a dream about one day, all of us. And I think that part of his dream is true. You know what I'm saying? Where we can all equally integrate and be in the same spaces. You know what I'm saying?
That was a dream. That was a dream.
But I don't.
Probably was reality, because you know he had some white women on his last night.
Here you go. We're not getting into
We're not
that.
talking about
We're
it.
not
We're
getting
talking
into
about what he stood for.
right.
He stood for white women.
I mean, I don't know. We're not finna dog my dog.
That ain't
but
dog. That ain't dog. First
I
of
did
all,
I did see somebody on Twitter say some funny shit though the other day. You know, they were talking about the recordings, and they was like, he wasn't on there playing patty cake. Like
Martin was a smooth talker, man. Don't get it twisted.
man, but see the thing about that is like that kind of brings like I don't know. That puts a stain on his shit because it makes Coretta look bad.
I don't think it's the same, man. It's humans, bro. We and none of us are perfect as human beings. Period.
I think that's the thing too. We always be trying to prophesize people and put them on a different pedestal, like we not flawed. Like one thing I love about one of my biggest role models is Pac. It was like I'm not a role model. I'm a real model.
Right.
I'm a real person. You know what I'm saying? I go through flaws. So when you see me doing some shit that regular people do, I don't want you to think nothing different of me because I'm a regular person.
Bro still love Bill Cosby to this day. He don't think he did
man.
it.
He ain't do it, man.
He think he did
Hey,
it.
yo, for everybody out there who think Bill did it, come holler at me, man. I promise you, I
You
change
ain't
your
got no
mind.
type of evidence.
Did OJ do it?
OJ did.
OJ did.
OJ definitely did.
But Bill ain't.
Bill ain't do it. He told y'all straight up. He Spanish fly. Y'all know what that means?
That mean he did it, nigga.
No.
That mean he put something in people's drinks.
Consensual.
That's
Scotty,
what
tell
he
them the
didn't
link.
know.
Tell them the link to look it up, man. Y'all got to see it. Y'all got to
Well,
see it.
it's on YouTube. It's a 1992 interview with
David
Larry King for CNN and Bill Cosby. And he says, "Put the little drop in the drink and hello America." That was the most.
He loved it.
Y'all didn't know what that means. Come on, y'all don't know what that means.
But that don't mean that the person knew he put the drop in the drink either.
Rick Ross said, I'm sorry.
He got backlash.
And that's
Molly on her
He's not
champagne.
as powerful as Bill Cosby.
You're
either,
right.
You know what I'm saying? It's a little different.
He lost sponsorships for that too.
Yeah.
So you think because he's powerful, he shouldn't get prosecuted for it?
Man, look. But see, that's what I'm saying. That's like the negative mindset this culture has right now. And that's what I'm trying to figure out. Is like,
Because he did so much way better things.
right, and then we're trying to discredit a person for some shit like that. Which,
Which is regular in a sense.
I mean, we've normalized cheating on our wives these days, but that
He was cheating.
It's not normal.
Bill Cosby was married. What
we were talking about Martin.
yeah.
That's what we started with.
Back to Martin.
Bill Cosby, he was married too. Yes,
He wasn't married.
he was married. Camille, he was married the whole time. What are you talking about?
When he did that? Oh,
He was
Bill.
married.
I thought he was doing this single. I'm confused.
Fuck no.
You thought this was single.
Nah, but when we get back to it being MLK Day, do you feel like this generation has picked up or dropped the baton on what he stood for?
That's
Oh,
a
no,
good
they
one.
dropped it, man.
Dropped it?
They dropped it.
Hell yeah, it's been dropped. That's my.
Yeah. Well, I think it's still a run. I think we got it. They just ain't reached the person they need to reach yet.
Who?
But everybody knows about him, so this is my thing. Everybody
He
is
exposed it already.
who.
Bill, Martin already exposed, but nobody ain't took that.
Right,
initiative to
everybody is.
push it on.
That's what I was just gonna say. In power or in that position, the greatness that they have. I mean, like you got this whole man street it's right there.
Yeah, sure.
The whole neighborhood is a nationally historic park.
Yeah.
The whole neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? If that don't inspire you to want to do something, like it feels like people are so intrigued by the ignorant shit and want to go viral, but you don't want to go viral for nothing positive. You don't want to be a part of 10,000 men. Like when we walked through the airport the other day and we had 100 men screaming, "We love our women." I ain't never felt like that before.
Black people and positive don't work together, so
That's some bullshit.
It really ain't no bullshit though.
I mean, it is some
Then
bullshit.
they like, what time y'all getting up to go meet? I don't know if I'm making it at that.
Right, it's like, and then the thing about it is everybody's
It's all
having these,
factors.
everybody's always saying we need to unify, but what will it take? Like, all right, I'm not trying to put y'all on the spot, but y'all know who I am and what I do as far as protests and things like that. Would y'all ever be like, see yourselves doing that type of stuff?
Yeah, it hasn't hit me personally.
But why? You
asked me.
no, I'm not. So I'm asking you why I gotta hit you personally. Because I feel like that's the biggest thing.
I've been around for so long to see when certain people of color and trying to do other things the right way and it doesn't work out. It don't benefit me. It don't help me out in the long run. I understand what you're gonna say.
It don't gotta benefit you though.
That's why I just said that's the only way I'm doing it. If I see the change in with other people and it helps me, that's when I can see it.
But that means, and I think, I'm not saying that you're wrong, because I think that's the mindset that most people have. I feel like we've become such a selfish society. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't love thy neighbor. You know what I'm saying? Like something, especially like with police brutality. Yeah.
I don't think black people wake up like love thy neighbor. They're like, get a strap for thy neighbor. Waiting for thy neighbor
money
to knock on thy neighbor.
Let me get my money and get the fuck on. That's our mindset. But the thing is, we've always channeled this, it's a strength in numbers type of situation. But we ain't really unified at all to even feel for another person's pain. You know what I'm saying? Like when you got people getting killed by police officers, that's random as fuck, right?
True.
how can you not put yourself in that situation until something happens to somebody you know?
Kind of, sort of, yeah. Like, it's not me not feeling the pain for other people and other things of that nature. It's like, you know what I'm saying? I've seen so many people, and my people next to me reach out and do all it. It doesn't come back the same way. It's not like it's doing it almost for nothing.
But you can't do stuff looking for it to come back.
You can't. I can look for it. That's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I probably move that way. And I can see it helping me. I'm not just going to sit and say, okay, dude just got shot. Mm-hmm. Don't know him. I know everything was wrong. You know, the police did the right. I don't know him. All right? It's like another black man. I know the different mentality that I should have is, okay, we all brothers, we should stick together. But that's not, I don't know him. But
so you can't feel his pain?
I felt it already, but he did nothing for me.
Okay.
I'm just being told.
You know, but what I'm saying is, in the situation I'm in, there's a lot of people who I personally don't know. A lot of times I've grown relationships with families because I'm just there. You see what I'm saying? So it's not me just being there because I'm looking for something from them. I'm just there because they need support at that time. And so if we could get more people to support each other and bounce that support system around, then we have a more unified front. But it's like everybody's mindset is similar to, I want that it don't have shit to do with me, so I don't give a fuck.
All right, bigger picture is me being in the military.
Mm-hmm.
I'm riding for some motherfuckers I don't even motherfucking know.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm seeing them dying. You know what I'm saying? So to me, it's like, that was my bigger cause. I have to do this for them. You know what I'm saying? So people outside, let's say he in fucking Virginia got shot. I don't know this dude. You know what I'm saying? So I don't feel that same drive to have to move and push so hard for him. You know what I'm saying? His people are going to do it. I don't know him. You know what I'm saying? So I really feel like that.
But his people, it's his people. I mean, we are his people. We have to get to that, and that's the thing. That's the communication line barrier that I think is really, really missing, is that we don't really consider it a brotherhood, a family environment when something, all this shit affects all of us in a certain degree. And until we really take on that challenge to say, hey, bro, I feel for you, I'm coming. Regardless of who it is, it ain't got to be easy. I know if something happened easy, you'd be there.
Definitely.
Of course. You know what I'm saying? If something happened, I know you would be there. I don't question that at all. But my thing is like, and I see this all the time when I go to protests and marches, and it could be a pro-black thing. And this is the reason why I've, eased up on some of the white people, is because they be there. They'll show up and support some shit that ain't got shit to do with them. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, with our people, our mindset is not together. It's not to unify. It's like, it's
on our own time. It's like, I'm going to move at my time, but I see y'all. I'm going to send my light over there to y'all situation, but I ain't going to pull up over there. And it is something, bro. That's a real, I can hear the passion in it when you talk about it. Like, and I feel like it's something that I can definitely be a part of and should be a part of, but it's just like, I don't put it into the forefront of my life to be like, man, you got to get up and go do this, because this is going to make a difference in a community that is consistent
I'm be honest with you, it's a battle within me, because I had to learn, like, I've been doing it about maybe like 5 years now.
You've been at it though, bro. Shit.
I mean, and I ain't saying this having
we called you a lawyer, nigga, 10 years ago.
Right. I ain't saying this looking for no kudos or nothing like that, but it's just like, I feel like I had a conversation with somebody, and we were always talking about, well, this needs to be done, and this needs to be done. So then I went back, and I was having a conversation with my pops, and he was like, well, nigga, why the fuck you don't do it? And I think we have to get to that point of the conversation. It's like, we sit here and identify our problems.
But you see who you went and talked to about that?
My pops.
A lot of us, like we went back to don't have that outlet, because that's parenting. Yeah, it hits you differently. It hits you in a way where when your pop said, I got to go do it now. Pop said it. It kind of give me reinforcement. I took it as a challenge, though. Yeah, but I take everything as a challenge. When my mom says some shit, it resonates to me like any person on this earth. I don't know why. She don't even got to, it could be anything. It going to hit me, and I don't even want it to hit me. I'm not an emotional nigga, but it'll hit me differently, like, damn, it really set on me. Like,
but I think, I do think parenting has, but I think even like, there's a lot of big bros in the community. There's a lot of OGs in the community. But I don't think they're communicating that message of unity.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like a lot of times people, it's really interesting to be me now, because I feel like a lot of people don't know how to interact with me. Like they see the stuff that I do on social media. They don't see me with y'all every day. They don't see me with school every day. They don't see me with my MLB brothers. So they don't know how I am personally. That I don't really walk around preaching to people all day every day. Like I'm really standoffish, quiet, keep to myself. If you don't say nothing to me, I'm not gonna say nothing to you.
But that's funny, bro. Shit, I do something that I feel like I'm supposed to be around people every day. I host parties, do events, been doing it forever in the city, all over. Been to the biggest events, biggest clubs, and I'm supposed to be around people, talking to people, and engaging more. But I'm reserved, motherfucker. Y'all know that. Like I just sit in my room by myself with no bitch. Like and just smoke, chill out, play, to relax my mind. I feel like it's a release in a sense. I'm more antisocial than social.
I definitely am.
I'm shit.
I think that's technology though.
Yeah.
I think because you could just engage with your phone.
But
easier for you.
having
You
having
put some
y'all
headphones in and engage in your phone, and you ain't got to say shit to nobody.
having y'all in my life made me engage in other areas. You know what I'm saying? Like this podcast alone, like
But see, this is what I mean by what I'm saying is like, for you to have the influence that you have and people see what you do, right? And I think people feel like you got to pick a lane.
yeah.
And this has been my whole message throughout the whole process of what I'm doing. It's like, you know what, bro? You can care about the community. You can smoke weed. You can drink Hennessy. You can do all that. But you can show an interest in your community as well. And so I feel like, especially with people with influence,
That's the thing though. What is my community? Because most of these niggas live in the 12, live in Atlantic Station, live in Buckhead. Like I'm invested in the Buckhead, but I ain't investing in the Bankhead. I ain't going down to the east side. But is Big Bank and what they doing on his side, on his platform for somebody that's in the hood every day, and them niggas that we know that seen a check, are they really going and putting them niggas in better positions or worse positions? And these niggas, they got big bros in that essence, like Futures and all them niggas, they done made it. They up. And they still come to our hood in Lambos and all these. Am I just inspiring these niggas to be more rap niggas?
I mean, that's a great question. I think we don't have enough economic plans for that. Like I feel like if the industry money that we have collected, if we invested that into our community, I feel like each rapper should get a franchise.
Studio or some shit like that.
Nah, fuck that. Like a Wendy's, like American, something that generates job opportunities.
You think that Hotlanta shit real? That Future did?
That's a pop up. Yeah, it was real for the weekend.
Oh,
but if he did that, that's hard.
I said that.
That's hard. This is the thing. Like, it's a business plan. Like we were talking about, we always get back to economics, but that's economic plan. That's economic structure. Is to invest not just
In the community.
in the community, not to just come back and give a nigga a pound or two so he can flip it. Like that's still risking your freedom. You know what I'm saying? You're not giving them an alternative route. And so I
Trying
think
to give you a quick route.
right. I mean, you're not gonna be broke route, and that's the thing too. I think a lot of people miss that conversation with how do you you can't really tell somebody how to get money. I mean, how to change their lives, or that they should change their lives. Excuse me, if you can't provide them with another means of living.
That's true.
So you can't say, oh, you shouldn't be getting some street money over here if you can't show them how to get some legit money over here.
Yeah.
And so I think as a whole, we have to always harp back on the business side of things and realize if we don't create jobs, we ain't creating shit.
Yo, you made me think about Boys in the Hood, bro. I know I really resonate what that meant when the dad walked his son up to the sign and was just basically teaching them about black economics, and basically if we don't create a structure in this neighborhood for our people, like, it's over.
Pretty much doomed.
And you gotta think that was 20 years ago.
Yeah,
30 years. That was 30 years ago.
30 years ago.
But the thing is, the structure. Yeah, damn. Cause y'all know 2000 was 20 years ago. I remember Y2K. Hold on, I don't even want to get off the subject. But
Did your computer go out? I ain't mind.
ain't shit that happened. I was thinking.
You swear it went out. I knew he was. he thought it happened.
Hey man, I ain't thinking that. I was in the military. I already know what happened, bro.
You know how to hit the
Hey,
button.
listen. Before we go get off subject, when y'all was kids, y'all know y'all computer only went up to 1999, right? Y'all do know that, right? It wasn't even set up for 2000. That's what I'm saying. It wasn't set up yet. Just think about
Well,
it.
you can't set up until we get there.
No. We had Windows 98 before Windows 98. Before 98. You get what I'm saying? So I just want y'all to understand what I'm saying to you. This was 95. We had Windows 98. Y'all, the computer stopped at 1999.
You don't think they was in there working on
Hey, man.
the 2000s?
Hey, man,
You don't
look,
think
man.
they was in there figuring that out? You don't
They
think?
weren't fucking around with that 2000. They didn't think we was gonna get there.
They didn't. I don't know who put what
Lights
out
went
there.
for a minute. You know
I
what
ain't
I'm
seen
saying?
no lights go
It's
out.
all good. Go back to the motherfucker.
Who
You
lights
an
went out?
internet nigga. Go to the internet.
Only
Just-
cheap people lights went out.
Go ahead on.
Hey, the thing about it is, the year 2000 hit at different times around the world, and I was like 13.
People was really sitting up there waiting. They was sitting.
Niggas went and
bunkers.
bought up everything.
They went in bunkers, bro, for this shit.
Because it was set up. The
People thought 2020 was gonna be the same thing.
They were smarter than us. That's all that was.
Man, that was some bullshit.
That was doomsday prep for that shit right
They
now.
putting a mask on our face, man.
Man, how did we get on that?
I don't even know how we got. When you rewind this back, please let us know how we got here.
And I feel like a lot of people who are intelligent don't have the heart to speak up against the ignorant. Like the ignorant is real brash, it's real bold, it's real aggressive. And I think one of a term Nipsey used in one of his interviews was that we have to be more aggressive with our intelligence. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm
Make
more
it cool, pretty much.
I don't know if it's even a cool.
I don't think it's a cool.
And that's
type
what
of-
only young niggas gonna gravitate to. You're gonna be cool. You're gonna be something.
I think that comes when you're mentoring and when you're talking to little kids. You know what I'm saying? It can seem something cool, like them getting straight A's should be something that they see as cool, which I think most are. But at some point they lose that care for that too. Like they don't give
some money.
well, some parents pay them.
Things, yeah, other things.
But I think their environment or what's around them, you get, oh, lame man nigga, what you think you smart or something? Like that's why I was so cool with it, embraced it when bro gave me the nickname Smart, even though I was wearing the goddamn shirt every day, you know what I'm saying, with every color. I got my brand on me, you know what I'm saying, the brand, my intelligence into the culture. It takes people of influence, you know what I mean, and people of who people mutually respect. You know what I'm saying? So I think when you in the hood, and I think that's one thing I love about Schoolboy Trouble, if y'all know who Scoob is, but he has a certain influence about him and a certain structure where, people don't know that personal side of him, but I see him in the hood playing with the kids, playing football, going to the football games, you know what I'm saying? And even when he has his video shoots, most of them are in the hood, and I remember I even had a conversation with the lady from Def Jam while she was shooting the video, and the kids came over and played with the camera equipment. And then that inspired her to say she wanted to start a nonprofit that helps kids in the hood see those opportunities. You know what I'm saying? So it's just being about being able to use your influence. That's why I got to get him on the show, because we got to talk about what gets that. But I think a lot of times the people who we praise have a negative influence. I think a lot of times it's sex, money, drugs. That's it. You know what I'm saying? And those are fun. Don't get me wrong, those are fun. But there has to be more substance. You know what I'm saying? There's
Education.
Of course.
But we have to know what we're educating, because what you feed them is what they're going to soak into. So it's kind of like.
But I think it goes back to what you're saying, the money. Because if you educate them on how to get money in a legit way,
that's business.
That's it.
That's it.
That's the and I think that's why when we talk about Dr. King's legacy, I feel like it got to be more than just a quote. It got to be more than just a meme. It got to be people really holding themselves accountable to say, I'm about to step up and I'm really going to live in this. And I felt like, I'm going to be honest with you, it was about 3 or 4 years ago, I was doing like some kind of run for justice, some shit like that, where they just had like a mile run and we ended up in front of his house. And I started sitting on that sign, I was like, bruh, do you know how powerful you got to be to have your whole neighborhood, not your house, like the whole block on both sides, there's about 30 houses on Auburn Avenue that you just can't touch. They still look the same from 1968.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But do you know how great you got to be? Do you know how impactful you got to be to have your birthday be a national holiday? Like, and that's why I say when I do what I do, I don't really care about what other people think. I don't really have nothing to prove to nobody. I feel like I'm chasing a legacy. I'm chasing greatness. Like I'm chasing ghosts of a Martin, of a Malcolm, of a Tupac, of to be in that conversation 50 years from now to say, hey, Smart,
you made a change.
Right. Yeah. That's why we branded the change creators. That's why.
Let's make a contest then.
What's the contest? I'm always up for a challenge.
First people to get 10 people to make a business. A legit business.
10 people to make a legit business?
10 people to make a legit business.
So we're trying to take 10 people and get them to make a business?
That don't have a business already?
Don't have a business. Don't have a business at all.
Like, we're mentoring them? We'll just have to figure out the specifics of that. I think that's a dope challenge, though.
That's dope.
I think we should make that a social media challenge. I think we should make a black business challenge.
Nah, that's cool.
Inspire somebody.
You can just say one person.
Start with a person.
Start with a person, because
matter of fact, you know what?
No,
I think
one plants a seed.
I think that's something for the business owners.
But we got to also be able to reach
But that's us.
black business.
And that's one of my ideas we was talking about with the marketing thing. You know what I'm saying? Where I just want to market black businesses.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
that's-
I want to make it convenient. I mean, y'all better not steal my shit. But I want to be able to have an app or a link to where it just gives you, if you're looking for a black barber, if you're looking for a black caterer, if you're looking for a black mechanic, if you're looking for a black plumber, whatever it is, the structure is, hey, I go to this link, it's smart business. You know what I'm saying?
dope.
And
Google just took it. I promise you.
fuck
We
that.
on YouTube, man.
Yeah.
It's over with.
I'm about to LLC that thing tonight.
gonna have to.
But I think you just
For
have to be
real.
able to inspire people and empower people through education. And that comes from economics, though, you know what I'm saying, and communication. Like, we were just having a big back and forth within my group chat, and it was just like the old niggas and the young niggas, the dysfunction within it. And everybody kept saying to the old niggas, you're not listening to the young niggas.
Yeah.
You want to really say you want to help the young niggas, but you're not listening to what they telling you how to help them. You really just talking at them. And don't nobody learn from talking at them. You talking, hey, pull your motherfucking pants up, young nigga. Man, fuck
You
your
ain't gonna
old,
get nowhere
fuck
like
you,
that.
old
It
head.
never works.
Fuck you,
never
Unc.
works.
You feel what I'm saying?
All right,
So-
old head.
Yeah, it never works. Coach Carter was a once-in-a-lifetime movie. It worked for him, but it don't work like that.
I think even in those situations, you got to learn to communicate with people. I was just saying, like, we learn or we communicate through hate, and it's not even intentional.
Yeah.
It's not even intentional. It's like, what's up, pussy ass nigga? Hey, what's up, lame ass nigga? What your lame ass been doing all day, fuck ass boy? What your bitch ass on? That's really how we talk to each other. Like, and I really just realized that's how I talk to people too. You know what I'm saying?
And it's
I ain't-
regular.
That's regular conversation. But let somebody else say that to one of your homeboys. Oh, bitch ass nigga. You gonna be looking sideways. So why is it okay for us to talk to our homeboys in that manner, but we wouldn't allow somebody else to talk to them like that?
Well, it was never cool. I'll say that right now.
It's-
I don't talk to my homeboys like that. I want y'all to know I don't talk to my homeboys like that.
I'm be honest.
One
I'm be
nigga
honest.
don't talk to him now,
I'm be
one
honest.
nigga
Look,
like that. I promise you.
I talk like that, right?
He do.
And I do. And one time I was talking to P, he was like, I was just joking. I was like, damn, lame. Oh, bitch ass nigga. Hey, bro, ain't gonna be too many more bitches. I was damn, bro.
I'm gonna be honest though, half of Atlanta, the real Atlanta, I don't know what certain parts, but you know this, like in certain areas, that's how niggas talk.
That's how I talk. I'm not gonna flex.
And I know he ain't trying to. He wasn't even disrespecting.
Right.
I really believe what happened was the culture changed from years of how people can relate to each other,
Yeah.
and that's
Right.
how
We need a black
commonly
dictionary.
Because real shit, you know what I'm saying. That ain't something that I'm just gonna have fun with my niggas. Well, I understand him. I don't mean him no disrespect. Him mean me not. But I was just like, damn. But niggas really talk to each other like that.
And I had to really like subconsciously think about what I said before I said something to him after that. You know what I'm saying? Because they'd be like, that's just how I talk. Yeah, bitch ass nigga, like I say bitch ass nigga all the time to my people.
When you see a thick woman pop up on your Instagram, what you say?
Come on.
What you mean? Wait, I don't
You want to
know.
hear me say that's a bad bitch?
Oh, I was like, what?
But I don't know her name though. I don't know her name.
I mean, but that even goes back to our toxic culture. Like,
True.
I
mean, bitch is friendly now. Bitch is like, oh, it can be everything.
I swear to God, right? They just had a photo shoot
Bitches
before
are
we
now.
start. This girl said, this is one girl. She said, "Who is that to you?" She said, "That's my bitch." She said, "Who is that to you?" "Oh, that's my friend." Like bitches, like bitches are higher level than friends.
It's a term of endearment to these motherfuckers.
Yeah, like it's like
But
niggas.
only when
no
they say it
disrespect
to
to 'em.
each other.
Right, you boy, what?
Man, come on, man. Hey, listen, bitch is just another word y'all can get used to. No disrespect at all. It ain't nothing. I just don't want to be called no bitch.
If you don't know how to spell bitch, it will pop up on the bottom. B-I.
I didn't say bitch. I say
B-I-C-H.
Okay.
I've been using bitch ever for.
Plies, bro. Plies can say bitch to a
Y'all
lot of
can
bitch.
dance to it.
And no, he will talk to them like this. Like,
No, what was that line that Black Youngster had?
show him your mom made a hoe. I love that shit. No, I just watch. Now,
You gonna show them that your mama made a hoe?
He slid it in. He slid it in so smooth though.
Right.
Ain't Dr. Martin Luther King like that.
Did he fight for you to be showing everybody that your mama made you a hoe?
Really? But that boy played it back 12 times, boy.
DJ, bring the bitch back. Show your mama made a hoe.
Now the
Show your
funniest
mama
shit
made a
though,
hoe.
is that Never Would Have Made It remix. Never would have made it.
I don't think I heard the remix.
Oh
though.
my God.
It's in the
Yeah, it's
club,
all on Instagram
boy.
and everywhere. It's
gotta
in
hear
the
that
club though. Oh my God.
Sad, boy.
It's
They
sad.
took a
They took a church sample.
right. I'm about to say yeah.
And I'm talking, and the club
drop it,
goes
man.
crazy. I just see people change.
disrespectful.
I see people change like in an instant. It's like you change from holy to Lucifer. Like, the whole week.
But see-
Holy the whole week.
Holy the whole week. But I think you in that environment, that's what you're supposed to do. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't think that song should be there.
I don't think it should.
Women are old. You know what I'm saying? Like there was at this point in time, there's no type of structure. There's anything goes. It's a kill me before I kill you. It's a I gotta have my pistol on me at all times. Like you just never know. You know what I'm saying?
Never
Like
know.
we're all on edge and we're living in the moment. So it's like a fear of just our own. You know what I'm saying?
True.
And I think that's the biggest thing. It's like there's no structure.
It's
bro.
like I think it's like we're waiting for it to hit home. It's kind of.
And that's the thing I was trying to say. Like that's how everybody is though.
Yeah.
Like I know people that I've met through this movement and that only came into it because their brother or their sister got killed. And I can respect that, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like, it's bigger. It's like, this ain't some play shit. This can happen to anybody at any given moment. So don't just think like it could never happen to you. You know what I mean? And that'd be my thing. Like people don't really get the gist of it on the scale where we gotta really get behind each other. We really, like, I was really, I don't want to say hurt, but the outcry for Saturday, you know what I'm saying? We had people couldn't even come together for sex trafficking, but everybody make a post about it. Everybody know what's going on. But until your sister, your daughter, or somebody come up missing, then you want okay. So take for God forbid anything happen to somebody, kids, something like that. You would want other people to feel you at that point in time.
Right.
You would want the support from other people.
Right.
So how come you can't just give that support, like spread the knowledge of it? You know what I'm saying? Like if something happened and we get so much shit on social media.
If we knew the answer to that, we would have gold in our hand. Like that's the undiscovered answer. Like why wouldn't you? Why not?
And I realized that, bro. Like I remember the first 6 months of me going to protests and being in marches and stuff like that. I remember doing it, and I was just like, these motherfuckers don't give a damn about me doing nothing positive. Nobody gave a fuck. Now at this point, 3-4 years later, I've been so consistent with it that you can't ignore it. But I had to really have that moment, like you can't do this for nobody else. You can't look for no applaud. You can't focus, like you can't give a fuck about nobody's opinion. You can't give a damn about nobody critiquing you, saying that you might doing it for attention. I was like, so much negativity is done for attention. You want to say something to me because I'm putting positive energy in it, just showing you positive shit. So, I mean, I think you really have to really look at self-accountability. I think that's the solution. So I think we want to make sure we start doing, like, we come to a point in every conversation where we find a solution or we work towards a solution. And I think it's more so like everybody hold themselves accountable for what they're going to do. What kind of energy are you putting out there? What kind of care are you showing for your culture to be a difference maker? Because we always talk about change, but people ain't really being the people that's creating the change. And we got to hold ourselves accountable to be the change creators. In closing, I want to wrap up episode 3. I want to say thank you for tuning into another episode. I was talking to my producers over the weekend. I want to say thank you to our fans in Canada. International stuff going on right now, man.
I had a Toronto DM. Yo.
Oh, you did? So that's what that was.
My
Yeah.
Toronto people,
That was
number
kinda
one
fire,
fan. Number one fan.
She did say she was our number
said
one
number
fan
one fan. I
in
love you.
Toronto, so that makes sense.
Yes.
So Dave, that's where it came from.
My birthday on Canada Day, so you know that. July 1st, man.
But like I said in closing, we want to just make sure y'all tune in. We want to make sure that you like, subscribe. There's a lot of change that we got to create, but the first step is to stop avoiding the conversations. Stop trying to sweep it under the rug. We got to have these conversations because convos create change. Thank you.
I got one thing to say to you. Invest in black-owned business, man.
They can't even see your socks. The camera ain't even over there.
Mud City.
The camera. Cut that. Cut. Cut.
See?
Invest in black-owned businesses, man. Mud City, Dre P.